Hey Wellness Warriors, it's your friend Joni, and for those of you who have been around me recently, I cannot stop talking about bone broth. So today I'm going to show you what I've learned to be true by making bone broth for the last month. But before I do that, I just want to share with you a book that I picked up about 10 years ago when I started my wellness journey. It's called Prescription for Nutritional Healing, and many of you have received pages out of this based on your own wellness issues. And what I have recently come to find out, though, is that this was focusing a lot on nutrients really that we were not getting in our diet, like fruits and vegetables, a lot of different herbs and whatnot. But what it wasn't talking about was bone broth. And about, I don't know, 6 months ago or so, I did read about bone broth, but it was a little intimidating. So I didn't do anything about it until about a month ago, and I watched a webinar on it. And the speaker was the author of this book, and she really convinced me that I needed to start this program. And so I first bought it. I bought it from Kettle and Fire because that was the only one I could find that actually had bone broth in the ingredient list. And I was spending about $10 on a little box that was this big. And what I noticed that it wasn't gelatinous. It wasn't like it was really supposed to be, and I probably wasn't receiving maximum benefit. So I decided to start making it on my own. And I went to Whole Foods and I bought chicken feet. And so come on over here. Chicken feet look like chicken feet. And this might be the only time you get flipped off by a chicken. Okay, yeah, right? So what you do is you buy chicken feet. They're super cheap. And you want to put them in hot boiling water. So I've already done that. And then you put them in your crock pot. So I'm going to do that next. Okay. Chicken feet have the most collagen in them. Actually, probably bone marrow is another really good one, and oxtail, but that's really, really expensive. So if you're trying to make it inexpensively like me, because I make it every day now, I'm sticking with chicken feet, and I have had really good success with it, okay? You want to add some flavor to it, though, because if you just do chicken feet, like I did on my last batch, it's not going to have a lot of flavor. So today, on my way home from the gym, I stopped by Sprouts. They had fresh turkey backs. So backs also have a lot of nice collagen in them. And so I'm going to put that in a fresh thing of hot water. So make sure you have some boiling water. You just throw it on there. And the chicken back still has some, chicken back still has some fat on it, so that's going to give it some flavor. So you kind of throw that in there, and this, you can actually see the spine. I mean, that's good stuff. All right, and then I bought neck as well, because I heard neck was also really good, and it's super cheap. This was $1, so this is turkey necks. This is what Sprouts had, and so I bought it. All right, and I'll just kind of let them heat up in the water. All right, I'll throw them in there too. So you fill your crock pot up with bones, okay? It can even be a chicken carcass. It can be really any kind of bone, okay? Just keep it simple, keep it what you have at home, or go to Sprouts or Whole Foods. Another thing you can throw in there is eggshells. You want to rinse them first, so you can crush them up and put them in there. I've started adding ginger recently, but you don't have to. It doesn't really change the flavor, and I know it's good for me. It's good for inflammation and joints. And then a little garlic, some onion. Okay, just throw the onion in there. And then I had some lamb today, and so I kept the fat of the lamb, and I'm going to throw that in there too, just for flavor, because you want to be able to enjoy this experience. And why are we making bone broth? I'll tell you that in a second. So then you just fill it up with water, okay? And you want to use a pH water that's a 7. If you use a higher pH, like a 9.5, it's not going to be in an acidic enough environment to break down the bone, and it won't get gelatinous. Speaking of acid, you want to use a little bit of apple cider vinegar. You want to get organic, okay? 2 tablespoons, but I'm not good at measuring, so I just do that. I just don't. And then the other thing is, if you've got some herbs around the house, throw them in there too. Costco started carrying these ginormous bags of kale, so I'm even adding a little bit of kale. Just more nutrients, okay? But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. And then you fill it with water, put the lid on, plug it in, cook it on low, okay, for about 24 hours, and you're done. The done product looks like this. Okay, So here's the done product. These are the bones. They break. They're just, there's nothing left in them. All the bone broth now has minerals in it. So what I do is you put, maybe you'll get flipped off one more time. There you go. There's a dead chicken foot, really dead chicken foot. Okay, you put it in here. And what I like to do is kind of squeeze it out because I like to get maximum broth. Okay, you do that throughout. When you get, so you can also use this, you just get everything out. This had the onion in it, the bone, feet, everything. And then you, eventually you want to pour it, okay? Once you get most everything out of it, you'll pour it. Okay, this is going to collect anything you don't want to ingest. You dump that out, and then you're left with a ton of broth that you can then put in a mason jar, okay? It's hot. You seal it, and it pretty much seals everything in there for about 3 to 4 days, and you don't have to drink it up for about 4 days. It gets real gelatinous. Okay, this one was just chicken feet. It's not quite as gelatinous as my other ones that had more oxtail and bone marrow. Those get real gelatinous. This was just chicken feet, so this was super cheap, but it didn't get quite as gelatinous. What you'll want to do, especially if it's a high-fat broth, is you'll want to skim the fat off. So this is just some fat that I've skimmed off other broths that I've made. I just keep that in the refrigerator because you don't want to put it down your drain and just throw it away when it gets full. So why are we doing bone broth? Because most of us have leaky gut. How do we know we have leaky gut? Well, we get maybe bloated or gassy after we eat. Maybe we're being told we have a certain autoimmune disease, or we crave a lot of sugar. There's 5 different types of leaky gut. It's immune gut. That's if you've got any kind of autoimmune disease, you probably have immune gut. There's stressed gut. So if you are undergoing a lot of stress and your kidneys and adrenals are not working at 100% maximum capacity, you have stressed gut, candida gut. You crave a lot of sugar, a lot of carbs. Toxic gut. That's where we store more of our emotions are in our gut, and maybe our stomach just hurts a lot, or we're always, like I said, bloated. And then there's gastric gut, and that again kind of goes with the symptoms would be very gassy after you eat, or maybe even a distended stomach after you eat. I've tried a lot of things to help with my own wellness, and I have found bone broth to be a really good answer, and I hope it's a good answer for you as well. If you have any questions, let me know, and you can find more about me at upgradeyourselfnow.com. Have a great day, and namaste.